Welcome to Crimson Guitars and welcome to another weekend workshop video. This is a series of videos where I will look at a new tool, a new machine, a toy, a new process sometimes. But generally it's unboxing and reviews and fettling of new stuff. And today we've been preparing for a series of videos in which I use a very, very limited range of tools to build a guitar. And the choice is, most people, or many people, they don't have the space for a bandsaw. And handheld jigsaws are slightly less than satisfactory. I've decided to go in the middle, and I've opted for one of the best, apparently, scroll saws on the market. You see Hegner at woodworking shows left, right and centre, and the intricate, beautiful things that the demonstrators are doing with these saws. It's mind-blowing stuff. I'm after something a little bit more brute strength-ish. Is that a word? I want to be able to cut out a guitar body. And with the same tool, cut out fine mother-of-pearl inlay. Or aluminium, for that matter, or silver, you know. And apparently this is the saw to do it. So, let us, let's have an unboxing, shall we? This is always fun. Now, Hegner scroll saws are made in Germany. Wow. Seriously, this is actually a good box, let alone anything else. I'm opening this up on top of my... on top of my workbench. Comes with a foot switch. Okay, let's have a look and see. I'm going to put this box on the ground and then lift it up that way because this is substantial. It weighs, let's have a quick look at the specs here, 21 kilograms. So you don't want to pick it up by the wrong... There we go. So we have a foot switch and a bag of bits. And hell, the box weighs a couple of kilograms. That's, yeah. That is a sign of a company that actually cares. That actually cares what they're doing. So. Well, look, initial impressions are, of course, great. Cast iron, is that cast iron? Aluminium table. Where are we? No. It's all aluminium. This is the Multicut 2S. Okay, we have a little bit of tape here. Just holding that in. This is going to be fun. Variable speed motor. I had no idea, which is a bit silly, really. I should have looked a little bit harder at the specs. But here we go. So the saw plugs into the motor. The motor plugs into the wall. Problem is, it comes with the wrong plug for starters, so we're going to have to sort that out. Okay, we have a full pack of really good quality looking blades. This is the locking system, I assume. Oh, hello. infinitely variable speed control from well, less than from 0 to 1400 plus, and the table moves all the way to 45 degrees one way and 12 or 13 degrees the other. Now, for guitar building, I'm not entirely sure I would ever need that. I suppose that's for marquetry. Not something I've ever really played with. There's an extraction port there for the dust. A very positive quick release blade, and you've got the adjustable airflow. This is so much better. I had a record scroll saw, and one of the first things I did, this is 10, 12, 15 years ago, was disengage the air pump. It was just pointless to me. Okay, well, instructions it is. Real men read the instructions. So the first thing we need to do, I've just read the instructions, and well, that's all good. We do need to clamp it down. I'm not going to screw it to my bench. In fact, I'm going to find a clamp from that side, because this is my main workbench and is not where this tool is going to live long term. I need to find a clamp. Okay, we're clamped up. Now, this one came, this is the European model. It came without an adapter, but that is because I got this one direct. And luckily, I have an adapter already. I even have a screwdriver. I think. There we go. So this is the bag of goodies that we have. 2 saw clamps, a couple of spare pieces. That's a little clock key. And this is for cutting internal. This is, and I'm not entirely sure why you need it. Oh, I think I know. I think I know. Okay. So that goes in there, and this is how you tighten down. Putting the saw blade in here, you then tighten it closed with a clock key, which gives you much more strength than closing it by hand with a knurled knob. Much less likely to give you an issue. Now, changing the blade, under here there's a guard. Yeah, you can see that, there you go. Oh, there was a blade in here. Okay. That's just sprung. So the blade that came in, there you can just see it, that has snapped. And obviously the machine is turned off at the moment. So, put the blade in that handy slot, loosen off, drop it. I stopped halfway through, wondering how deep in the blade was. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, essentially, we want to cut wood. So, wow. They've gone for, there's some properly substantial blades here. 2.5 mil by 0.5 mil. Wood, plastic, soft metals, aluminium, brass. You can do anything on this. I'm going to go for number 9. Now, let me try and get this correctly. No, hold on. So we loosen that off. The blade goes in until it touches the bolt. Or at least that was how the other one was in there. And that's a really substantial thing. So we actually have a spare one of these. So that goes in there. Loosen her off. I'm convinced I'm going to make a mistake doing this for the first time. I suppose the most important thing, as you can see, as you roll, as I'm shutting it, it's moving the blade. So if you start on the side and then lock, I'm sure you can figure out where it will stop. Now that is substantially locked, and we have, well, that's really, really rather cool. Pop that out. Now, in the bottom there's something like this, and it's sprung. Of course you want the blades, the teeth, to be pointing downwards. Ooh. And that just, oh, come on. Where are we? Oh, there we go. It's just sprung. It couldn't be easier. And pop. Now, I'm sorry. I remember changing the blade on the machine I used to have. In fact, I think it is still in the building somewhere. I should bring that out for a side-by-side comparison. Now I've just pushed that down and locked that in place, and it's absolutely stable. And you know, that's crazy. That's rock solid. That is substantial. Now, the stroke length has been adjusted at Hegner for cutting through wood. It's a fairly long stroke length. Cutting through thin pieces of veneer and metal and stuff, you need to go in to the guts of the machine and change the stroke length down. But that's not necessary right now. Check it out. It's got written on the guard, blade selection, the thickness of it, what material you want to cut at, and also the RPM that you should use for each blade in which material. And it goes right from steel down to plastic, which is, you know, that's quite excellent. Blades back in, and there's that guard there. Now this extraction system, I'm going to hook up to a hoover in a minute, but first of all, let's turn her on and see what happens. I think he said volume control. My speed control is way down. Nope, she's not plugged in. Oh, wow. Ha! Oh my goodness. Okay, what you didn't see there was that I've turned her on, but no matter what speed we're at, until you push the foot switch down, you don't have anything. It's kind of a dead man's switch. Now I'm going to turn my power off. Anyway, there's a bit of a rattle there, so let's see what happens. I feel I should be wearing goggles. I'm going to wear some goggles. Always be safe, especially when turning on a brand new machine that you've never seen before. Okay, we have power. Oh, I can see what that is. Oh, I see what that is. That is this guard just on the side there being pushed in. That's what I expected to hear. Basically, nothing. Oh, as I'm playing with this, I've noticed that up on the top there is a little man wearing goggles, saying you should be wearing goggles anyway. So you have some with the foot switch. Yeah, with the foot switch it's on or off, and that's that. I am okay. This is the sort of machine that is going to take some getting used to, and I'm really, really looking forward to playing with it. The first thing I'm going to do is, well, this is an offcut from our CNC. It is 40mm thick cherry, and this is the reason why I bought this. I want to see if I can make a guitar body. Now, on the side here, 30mm to 50mm thick, so you can cut up to 50mm thick wood. Saw blade number 9, I've got that. RPM 1300. So I've set my RPM at 1300. I'm also going to, I'm assuming that that should probably be the other way around, really. Let me have a, no. Okay. This is really substantial. It's okay. Now, I'm just gonna cut, and I'm gonna see what happens here. I'm slightly trepidatious. Okay, my power is on, and I have some speed. I am not using the vacuum right now because of the volume. In everyday use, I absolutely will. Not only did I just cut through 40mm thick cherry, it has left an almost mirror smooth finish. That is mental. And this isn't the biggest blade that came with the tool. Let's see what else I can do. This is the number 9. This one isn't even numbered. This one is giant. So that is huge. For cutting faster, I'd use the bigger one. Okay, let's see. Who needs a pencil? The man who doesn't know what he's going to cut. Okay, the blade's starting to get hot. I'm trying to push it a little bit too hard with such thin material. I'm going to lower my, when the blade's getting hot, it means you're pushing too fast or putting too much sideways pressure on possibly, or maybe that the blade's going too fast through the material. So, did you see how easy it was there to just stop? That was a bit scary. It just stops, recenters where you are. I'm not going to make anything particularly clever because I haven't got a clue what I'm trying to make. Now, this is just staying there to stop it bumping and thumping, which you shouldn't actually really have anyway, as long as you're pushing it through correctly. No, we want to go the other way. Oh, there we go. So that's what was happening. Can you see it's wedge shaped? That is me putting too much sideways pressure on and not cutting straight, which is also why it was overheating. It's just the fact that I was able to cut through that though, and such a tight curve with such a finish is amazing. Let us turn her off and at the wall. I want to put one of those massive great big blades on. So loosen off, loosen that off, and I'm just going to pull this beastie out. Oh, forgot about that. There we go. So where's my little tool? Ah, here we go. I want to try one of these big boys. This is amazingly easy. Okay, that's a number 9. I'm going to make sure to put that back in the right place in a minute. There we go. That's going to titillate me forever. Blade change, what was that? 45 seconds? I'm back up to 1300. Oh, I've got to turn everything on again, don't I? Never mess around with your safety, especially when blades are around. Okay, let's see what this blade's like. I'm not going to get such tight curves. Now that, oh, I keep on forgetting to take my foot off the off the pedal. That is what we are after. If we're going to cut out a whole guitar body, this is the blade for you, or even bigger. That is, it's perfect. If I could find where it was. If you're into making boxes, those cool things like that, this would be absolutely ideal. Just for fun. Let's see what, ooh, oh, of course. All right, so we put an angle, oh, turn her off. In order to cut at an angle, with that, oh, see, they thought of everything. Now, yeah, that's going to work. It's not going to cut into that. So it doesn't actually matter what angle we've got it at. Let's go right up to the extreme. Goggles on, power on. Let's see. Okay, that was this. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. So this is Bubinga I'm cutting here. I'm just going to take a corner off. Okay, I have no idea why I would ever want to do that ever again. That is amazing. I only cut off a corner of the board because I wasn't sure. This Bubinga is so dense and heavy. I wasn't sure just how much this would be capable of doing. This is awesome. I'm standing here trying to figure out if there are any bad things I can say about this. It is a substantial machine. It is not cheap. You cannot get the best tools cheaply. It's just the way, it is the way. If you are going to cut out a guitar body and have a bandsaw, then you've got a bandsaw and that's what you need. If you are limited of space, this beauteous thing, I just used the word beauteous, talking about a tool. I think I have a problem. This is so much more flexible. It took a little bit longer to cut that curve out of 40mm thick cherry. It ate through, that is about a 10mm thick section at least, of Bubinga. This will cut aluminium, it will cut brass, it will even cut steel, apparently. And I'm going to put that to the test. Trust me, I'm going to put that to the test. It's definitely big enough to make guitars, and obviously this is what I think about more than anything else. But it is precise enough and fine enough to cut the finest thin silver plate or mother of pearl for doing fine inlays and that sort of stuff. Excuse me. I should have used the dust extraction. It has dust extraction. I am going to come back. I am going to use this machine in a series of building a full guitar from start to finish with a limited set of tools, a plane, maybe two planes, because I got a thing for planes, some chisels. This is going to be my saw, and possibly a router, although not using a router could be fun too. And I'm going to do inlay, and I'm going to maybe even make some hardware, i.e. a guitar bridge out of aluminium or brass. And I'm going to use the Hegner for all that. I'm going to use it for fine inlay work over the next couple of weeks. I cut my inlays by hand for the most part, and I want to see if I can do it with the machine and if it's better or not, and I will let you know. This has basically been an unboxing video and a getting to know the tool. I'm going to come back when I really know it. I unequivocally endorse this machine. Everything that I've been told from the people that I've seen at the woodworking shows demonstrating them, and from the Hegner people themselves, has been verified. This is rock solid, absolutely amazing. He says rock solid and sneezes and moves the table because I was resting on it. Anyway, I obviously didn't tighten that down enough. Now, I don't know what else I can say. It comes with blades, it comes with all of the health and safety information and all of that. But the other thing that I've been told is that they have a 24-hour helpline, and for the life of the machine, phone them up if you've got an issue, and Hegner will sort you out, period. It comes 3-year warranty. I'm sure I saw something massive like that earlier. Yes, 3 years guarantee except for the electronics and wearing parts, i.e. if it comes with a broken blade, you've got a broken blade. The electronics, I'm really not surprised. These variable speed controls, just a trick from my experience with milling machines and things like that. The variable speed controller on anything, if you use it a lot and you go from 0 to 60 a lot, that tends to wear out, so I'm really not surprised. But they stand by this machine, and I'm looking forward to getting to know it. Check out Hegner UK, hegner.co.uk. That's the UK arm of this German company. And well, have a look at it. I couldn't endorse it highly enough. I want to cut some mother of pearl now. Look, have an excellent day. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to go and have some fun. Have an excellent weekend. We will be back later with more. We'll be back later with more. I'm distracted by the tool now. Goodbye.